Hello, everybody. This is David, and today I'm going to be talking about The Flash Season 4, Episode 11, The Elongated Night Rises. This is the latest episode of The Flash, following last week's episode where we see Barry going to prison at the very end, and it's already been 1 week, because The Flash and Arrow and all of these shows, they love playing with the actual time that we're in to make it feel like it's actually going on in the real world. This is actually what's happening to them. Let's begin. This episode was a Ralph-centered episode. Definitely centered a lot on him, and him finally becoming a hero. And, I've been rough on Ralph in the beginning, but he's been growing on me the last couple of episodes, and this time he went all goofy again. And look, I don't mind if Ralph is a little goofy. That's fine. That's his character. But when the episode starts centering too much on his goofiness, that's where I'm like, guys, pull it back a bit. Pull it back a bit. You're playing too much with the slapstick comedy. And I'm going to be honest now, slapstick comedy doesn't really work so well. There were some jokes here and there that worked, but for the most part, slapstick, it's not a form of comedy that people use anymore, unfortunately. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You have to have it at the right moments, I guess. I don't really know how it works. But for this episode, I felt they went a little bit too much with it. Where at times I was starting to think to myself, am I watching the 60s Batman series? Specifically with the Trickster and his mom. Out of all the sidekicks you have to have your mom as your sidekick? Really? Now, somebody mentioned to me that the prank est, or whatever she was, the female prankster, she was actually a character in the original series, and that was the original actress that played her. It's funny because when I saw her, I was thinking to myself, is this going to be the Harley Quinn for the Trickster? And when I found out that it was like a pseudo Harley Quinn, a Harley Quinn before Harley Quinn was created, I thought that was okay. That makes sense then, why they got her to play this character if she was the original actress who played it back in the 90s Flash series. Still, I did think to myself, wouldn't it have been cool if they had got Arlene Sorkin back, the actress who played, who did the voice of Harley Quinn in Batman the Animated Series? Because, Joker and Harley Quinn, Mark Hamill did the voice of the Joker. I just thought it would have been nice, so if Mark Hamill does come back, if not this season, maybe next season, who knows, maybe they can kind of reunite Arlene Sorkin and Mark Hamill together, because both of those two were great as the Joker and Harley Quinn on Batman the Animated Series, and it would have been nice to hear their voices together again on screen, or at least see them act together on screen for the first time. I don't know, I thought it would have been cool. But other than that, yeah, the prankster's mom, I have mixed feelings about it. I understand that the actress and the character were on the 90s series. I just felt it seemed weird that this kid is trying to be a criminal and he's working with his mom. I mean, I guess it's good, right? Like, parents, our moms are our moms, and every girl likes a guy that treats their mother with respect. So I mean, there's something there, I guess. I don't know. I just thought, for a criminal that we're supposed to take seriously, I guess we're not supposed to take that seriously. So that's why your father will always look down at you, Trickster Jr. Moving on, I think the better parts of this episode was Barry Allen in prison. That was the stuff that I wish we focused on a little bit more. Because I did like seeing this relationship between Barry and his name is not Big Al. Big Al. Was it Big Al? Big Sir. Played by Bill Goldberg. who is a wrestler. I'm not a big fan of wrestling, but yes, I recognized him as soon as I saw him. I said, this guy's from wrestling. And I'm going to say, yeah, I really like that storyline, how he knew Henry Allen when Henry was in prison, and Barry befriends this guy. So he has kind of a friendship with someone that can cover his ass. Although Barry was the one that saved his ass later on, which I really liked. I liked that little fight that Barry had in the prison while he was saving Big Sir. He did some little quick moves that, they obviously didn't see coming, which I thought Barry's going to do fine in prison. I did like the scene where Ralph came by the prison to break Barry out, because Ralph was kind of having doubts about being a hero, and Barry did talk him into continuing it. I thought that was a nice little scene. Ralph's new costume, I guess I should talk about as well. Yeah, the costume seems pretty legit. I mean, it's much better than the pajamas he's been wearing for the last couple of episodes. I couldn't tell if it was purple because the lighting was a little too dark. There was a little bit of purple light there. But I'm guessing the suit was purple, right? Because it's purple in the comics, so I'm guessing it was purple there too. Just it was hard to tell with the lighting. Other than that, I really like the Cisco and I really like Team Flash in general. How they were getting really annoyed by Ralph, because I think that's how a lot of us feel. I don't know how everybody feels about Ralph, but for me personally, the way they get annoyed by Ralph is a little bit the way I kind of feel. I feel like they are the audience and they're speaking for us on our behalf. And it's kind of nice. There was one joke towards the end after Ralph defeats them. I forgot what the line was right now, but it did get a chuckle out of me. Ralph had some good moments. I'm not going to knock him down completely. He's not my favorite character on the show, and I hope he doesn't come back next season. Maybe for one episode or two, but I wouldn't want him back for like a full out season again, a full season like this season. I wouldn't even want to see him on Legends. I think he's fine where he is, and after this season, hopefully he'll go into the sunset, and we'll never have to worry about him again. Maybe once or twice, I don't know, for old time's sake. Other than that, was there anything else I really enjoyed? I like that scene in the prison when, not in the prison, but when Iris came to visit him for the first time at 1:30. Like, there is a scheduled time for Iris to meet Barry. That was brought up again later when Barry noticed that Iris wasn't there at the appropriate time. But it was never brought up again. So I guess next week, next week, I guess. Right, Barry? For the most part, I thought this was an enjoyable episode. I didn't think it was the best episode of the season, but it wasn't the worst. I think the worst is behind us. I think the show is starting to find its tone that it wants to do this season, and the storyline is much more interesting with Barry now in prison. I wonder how long he's going to be in prison. I know I was saying this last week, but I'm glad they could have just easily done, well, this episode Barry gets out now. No, we're still going to keep on going with Barry in prison. For how long? That's going to be the interesting thing to me, because this could drag out towards the end of the season, or they could be finding a way very soon. Maybe I'm going to guess 2 or 3 more episodes they'll get Barry out. Because at the very end of this episode, the little tease at the end, we meet a familiar face. The girl at the cafe who comes up to Cisco and Ralph. She was I think the caterer, not the caterer. She was at Barry and Iris's wedding. She was the girl who went up to Barry, confronted him, and told her that she was there, and she was all awkward and jittery, and that she likes weddings, so she was excited to see this wedding. There was speculation about that girl being the daughter of Iris and Barry. And so clearly she's still there in the present time, checking things out. And why is she excited about Cisco and Ralph? Maybe they're going to do something to help Barry out of prison. Who knows? But she's clearly excited about something. She's writing stuff down. I'm guessing she's writing a journal because she's doing her homework on her father and mother, as well as the people that they are friends with. So I think she'll be a key at getting Barry out of prison, for sure. I do think she's going to be playing a big factor in the next couple of episodes. You don't just bring back a character again like this without setting them up for something. And clearly they wanted us to know. They didn't remind us that she was the girl at the wedding. They didn't even say, "Hey, you look familiar," because they didn't interact with her. So I was curious. Was I dreaming? Like, is that the same girl? I think it is. And so I'm pretty sure that was the same girl. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Yeah, with that being said, guys, this was a really good episode. I can't wait for next week. This was a lot of fun. I'm not going to say it's really good. It was a lot of fun. The episode was fun. I had a smile on my face. I was entertained. I wasn't bored. Like another show this season that's not been getting me pumped up each week for every episode. Once in a while they hit it okay, but for the most part they've been struggling. But Flash has been doing pretty good, so I'm happy with Flash. And with that being said, I think I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys comment below and leave your own thoughts on the episode. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care.